So I just finished playing The Last of Us 2, and all I gotta say is one thing.
What the fuck?
So The Last of Us 2 came out, and people had mixed feelings about the game. A majority of being a lot of backlash and negative reviews, some had some reasonable reasons to not like it, and some just shat on it for dumb reasons. Now, some of you may recall that I made a video about how I feel about the game due to its leaks. Now, because a lot of you people won't stop bugging me, I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about playing the game and how I think of it afterwards. Big thanks to Dodsworth1 for helping me with this review and allowing me to play the game for the sake of this review. Subscribe to his channel. He's got some pretty spicy content. Now, on with the review. And for the sake of the video and so I don't get fucked in a boat, I'm going to talk about the positives first and what I like. I want to get the obvious out of the way. This game is fucking beautiful, graphics-wise. The atmosphere of Last of Us 2 is just great. It uses a great shade of textures and colors to fit with the mood of certain levels and certain scenes in the game. Even the soundtrack. And the soundtrack itself can be quite enjoyable. Now, a lot of people complain that the combat is the same as the first, but it's a Last of Us game. However, the combat is more graphic and brutal in this sequel. I mean, look at this shit. Jesus fucking Christ. I also love the weapons in the workbench, especially when you upgrade the gun. You get a cool animation of Ellie or Abby adding in the modification. Satisfying. Overall, this game has great gameplay, graphics, and combat. And now, the bad. The main issue with this game is the story. Yeah, a lot of y'all saw that coming. I also had problems with a few preferences in the weapons and the AI teammates. First, the AIs. When I played the game with Lev, Yara, or Jesse, I had a few issues with them. There were times where they were in front of a fucking enemy and just stood there, watching me die, watching me get my ass beat. However, I did sort of like the realism, because at some point Yara got spotted and started a firefight. I did sort of like that. I also don't like how Abby has better weapons than fucking Ellie. Look, Neil, we get it. You like Abby. But here's a newsflash for creating a character for Anita.
She don't wanna you, nigga. She don't wanna you, you little dick, musty ass, broke ass nigga.
Anyways, Abby has better weapons and is literally just a fucking reskin of Joel. Even her story is a fucking reskin of Joel and Ellie. With Ellie, to get a better use of the rifle, the scope on the gun is fucking required. Every time I aimed without the scope, before I added the modification, I would squeeze the trigger and it wouldn't fucking shoot. That was until I added the fucking scope and then the gun would actually fire. Even with upgraded sway. Okay, now the moment y'all have been waiting for. The story review. Some of y'all may remember the video I did for the leaks. Now that I played the full story, let me sum it up. It was nice having the Joel part in the beginning, where we, get to see the last moments with him and explaining to Tommy what happened. And the beginning where we switched from Ellie and Abby was sort of odd. The Ellie scenes were nice, Abby's was eh. Joel's death...
No! I want to live! I want to live!
was very dumb and disappointing. It was a giant shit on his fucking character. Joel saves them and tells them who he is. Last of Us 1, Joel would fucking see a trap miles away. And after being saved, does Abby have second thoughts? Nope. Joel gets beaten like a poor fucking helpless animal. Like, what the fuck? And how does Abby know it's the right Joel? I mean, did she kill every fucking Joel she met until it was the right one?
Joel Miller.
No, Abby, that could be fucking Joel Swanson. Anyways, killing Joel from the start tells the player straight up that you don't even get to spend last moments with him. which was just awful because we saw in the trailers that, you know, it looked like we were gonna like spend time with him before he gets killed. I saw Papa Joel and was like,
don't you dare fucking lie to me.
the trailers fucking lied.
So that was a fucking lie.
These cutscenes were fucking flashbacks, and Joel could have been given a better way to die. That's just fucking disrespectful, and oh god. Now the split stories of our protagonists. Ellie chapters were actually pretty good. I wish I had more time with Jesse and Dina, especially since Dina is Ellie's love interest. And the scenes with the two are actually kind of touching. Also, Jesse just fucking dies. What the fuck? You just shoot him in the face? The Joel flashbacks had some of the first game's magic. Spending time with and seeing Joel again actually felt nice. And it really hurt to see Ellie piss and lose trust in Joel at the near end of the flashbacks. Also, in the leaks video, I did say I had a problem with the kiss scene because Ellie was infected. Luckily, it's cleared up in Ellie's journal in one of the flashbacks that she kissed someone and found out that she wasn't contagious. So luckily that's cleared up. However, I still feel like it's sort of rushed in, but I'll give it a pass. The Sephiroth levels are also pretty interesting, stealth-based wise. The fact that they communicate with whistles and the listen mode becomes very vital in these fucking levels. Overall, Ellie's chapters are pretty good. Abby's chapters feels a little forced. I mean, the scene where we see her as a kid with her dad is just... why? The story with the wolves aren't even that great either. I mean, they're not even, like, interesting to learn about. I get it, you want to kill Joel, but Owen was making a valid point. Joel could have been fucking dead, but of course you were so hellbent revenge, you want to fucking work out and train and become fucking muscles or us. The only characters I actually liked were Mel, Lev, and Yara. Hell, fucking Lev had a better story than Abby. I would have preferred if the game was about Ellie and Lev. What the fuck? Abby's levels are also more action-packed than Ellie's. It's a little suspicious, man. And the fact that she has better weapons and upgrades, it just really shows that Neil did this on purpose. Abby's chapters are decent at best. In the leaks video, I did say that the leaked ending was that Abby beats the fuck out of Ellie and looks for the last fireflies as Ellie hunts her down. However, it was claimed that that wasn't the true ending, and after I was done with the game, this was my reaction to the true ending.
What the f*** is this?
In the final chapter, we play as Ellie to hunt and kill Abby. So that whole teaser of Last of Us 3 was actually just a cutscene to Ellie's level. However, this chapter is pretty fucking awesome. We get a new MP5 weapon. This level was just amazing. I even have fun with the fucking trap clickers. Go! Run free, my children! Run free! And the final fight with Ellie and Abby was fucking brutal and very cinematic. It honestly gave me chills. That was until the ending, where Ellie decided to get a flashback and was like, oh, killing's wrong. So you're telling me that we killed all these people? And it was all for nothing? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll make her pay, Tommy. That's what you said when we got back to Jackson.
You just destroyed Ellie in this game. She lost Joel, she lost Jesse, she leaves Dina, gets severely injured, and loses 2 fingers, and Abby is still alive. This is honestly the worst ending for a fucking Last of Us. If she killed Abby, the story would have been semi-okay. I just hope that Last of Us 3 never happens, because after this, it's really unnecessary. Last of Us 2 is a game with great graphics, brutal combat, and sweet gameplay with a mediocre story. Ellie's beginning and middle were great, as for Abby's was eh. Lev's story was actually far more interesting with a bad main game ending. Now, what do I give the game? Dina, Ellie, take it away.
I give it a 6.
A 6?
Wow, like a solid 6.
Okay.
Sorry, Ellie. If Neil had wrote a better fucking story for this game, with this gameplay, it could have been at least like a 7 or 8. And honestly, I prefer, if you guys are gonna get it, I prefer you get it on sale, like at least around $30, or at least borrow it from a friend. My name is Greengabe, and I hope you all enjoy this review.